You say in your article here, Doc, when considering the therapeutic goal of choosing irrelevance, the greatest quandary that patients face is that the spikes, if you don't know what spikes are basically these thoughts, these themes.
The intrusive thoughts.
The intrusive thoughts. Right. Thank you. Thank you for clarifying. Exactly. Do not feel irrelevant. And I think the feeling that is associated with the broken amygdala signal, Doc, is the kind of differentiator. The warnings of impending doom that they are receiving from their brain feel as authentic as they would experience when facing bona fide threats to their well-being, aka the example of the wild grizzly bear. So when your mind is sending you signals that feel relevant, how do you demonstrate the irrelevance of these thoughts and feelings to your brain? This hit home with me, Doc, and I know it's going to hit home with the audience because, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is kind of the thesis. And maybe you say, Nez, it's not the thesis. When your mind is sending you these signals, how do you demonstrate irrelevance? You have mentioned irrelevance as a concept throughout both of our interviews, and hopefully I hope we have 100 more. Well, how do you do that? And this is what you say in your article. And everybody perk your ears up, listen closely. By not altering your choices and plans, your life path in any way to accommodate the spikes, aka intrusive thoughts, no matter how turbulent and painful your emotions may be. Do not alter or modify anything, right? By unmistakably communicating to your brain, the article continues, that the irrational warnings it is sending you will have no effect whatsoever on your behavior. You are making it clear there is no point in continuing to send them. And eventually, your brain, and you've mentioned this many times, Doc, it's a wonderful machine, will get the message and stop. I just wonder, Doc, first of all, am I close in thinking that this is somewhat of a thesis? You have multiple theses. But can you just speak on that and maybe expand on that just for a second, Doc?
Sure. So one of the phrases that I use is the unaltered life path as a very powerful demonstration of irrelevance. To be able to, the brain is saying, maybe when you go home tonight, you're going to harm your family. And you say to your brain, hey, brain, thanks for sharing. So permission giving is a huge element in conveying irrelevance, that I give my brain permission to generate the thoughts. And I welcome that. That doesn't mean I'm celebrating it or happy about it. It just means it's okay by me. I have two neighbors historically, one in my backyard and one in my side property. The dogs in the backyard, and I was not really friendly with my backdoor neighbor, would bark like maniacs. And my house is a cauldron. It's like a cave, and the barking would echo in the house. It would be really, really annoying. And I would go over to them and say, hey, could you not let your dogs just bark incessantly? Oh, yeah, we'll take care of it. For 1 week, sure, things would be better. And then back to barking dogs again. And it escalated to actually the police getting involved. Now, my side neighbor is someone that I'm actually on really good terms with, very friendly, and he has a basset hound. And basset hounds, don't even bark, they howl. I used to joke that when the dog would go, ooh, I used to say, oh, the dog's eating my neighbor's wife's cooking again. Because when we used to visit, let's just say, she is not a good cook. The funny thing is, as much as their dog would howl like crazy, and my across the street neighbors would always complain to me, I can't believe their dog is howling all the time. And I'm like, what dogs? Because I give permission, because I like the guy, I like the husband, and I love dogs. So I don't care that his dog howls all the time, or it approaches the fence when I step outside as if it's going to kill me, because I like the neighbor. I'm okay with his dog. And I never hear his dog. But the backdoor neighbors, who I don't have a good relationship with, and I resent the barking, oh boy, do I hear those dogs bark. That's exactly what irrelevance is about. That my side neighbor, his dog's barking is irrelevant. I don't even hear it. The back neighbor, I don't like them. I resent that they leave their dogs outside. It's amplified. And that's the entire foundation of managing kind of OCD and showing irrelevance. But we can treat our brain like the side neighbor. Oh, brain, you want to warn me that I'm going to go home and kill my family tonight? Oh, thank you for that warning. You're so nice to me. You relate to your brain with that kind of even sarcasm, irreverence, permission giving,
mocking even.
Mocking, the brain will shut up.
Right.
Because we're not saying shut up. We're not saying knock it off or be quiet.
We're saying give me more.
Even give me more. Are you killing me? After I'm finished with my family, I may just kill my neighbors too.
Go down the whole street.
Go down the whole street. And I call that in a therapeutic treatment approach, it's called turning up the volume. Your brain says, I might have run over my next door neighbor. And I say, I might have run over the entire neighborhood. So these are ways, unaltered life path, turning up the volume, and also the most powerful way of showing irrelevance, which is exposure therapy, which is where we voluntarily produce thought multiple times per day, the exact replication of the brain's thoughts to show the irrelevance of it.
I love that. I love it. Thank you so much, Doc. This has been fantastic, and I really appreciate your time. And I know you've got another great article coming out soon, hopefully sooner than later, where you kind of really, I think you just touched upon it, the idea of resentment as a ritual. You mentioned that in part 1 too, so I feel safe to mention it here. And I can't wait to have you on for that one as well. So I just want to say thank you again, Doc. I really appreciate you. Everybody watching, please, let's make this go viral. Not for me, not for even Doc, just so people can get the information, get the help. Because as somebody who went through this, it felt like a dark void until I finally had a little bit of light. And that light was so relieving. So, I mean, that's not even covered. There's not a word I can even mention when I finally came across Dr. Stephen Phillipson's work. So please tap the thumbs up. Share this with everybody you know. Make sure you subscribe and follow. And we're going to have a lot more, hopefully, with Dr. Stephen Phillipson. Is there anything you'd like to say before we go, Doc?
Nope, just always a pleasure speaking to you, other than the interruptions.
Boy, as somebody who's easygoing and whatever, I mean, for crying out, hey, Doc, it's called a conversation. It's nothing. Yeah. Hey, like you said, life is not perfect. Life is a continuum. There's surprises. So are conversations.
Well, no one has ever called me easygoing. So now you know why, Nez.
Why would you have whatever as your license plate if you're not easygoing?
Because that's the best demeanor in managing OCD. And OCD,
I think managing life. I
would agree.
I would go even one step further, Doc.
I will whatever everything other than your interruptions. Everything else goes whatever. Your interruptions, they get pointed out.
I can't wait to give you a big, gigantic bear hug and a kiss. I can't wait.
It will be in July, I assure you.
And ladies and gentlemen, that is when Doc calls the police. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Stephen Phillipson, and we'll see you guys very soon. Thank you, everybody.
Take care.